Hi, everyone. Good evening. So sorry I'm a few minutes late, but welcome back. Welcome back to Detox. I just need about 1 minute here, and then we will get started with our practice. If you'd like to say hi, I'd love to know who's here practicing, so feel free to say hi on the live chat. And as we're starting our outdoor classes on Sunday, we'll do tonight, we'll do tomorrow night in regard to the 7:30 detox classes. And then we'll pause on the evening until we can figure out some scheduling and resources for that. So we got this one and we got tomorrow night yet. Okay, Sue, Chopper, welcome you guys. Yael, good evening. Okay, Sue, congratulations on all the practice that you've been doing. It's really remarkable and very inspiring. You guys keep us going. And when you're ready to get set, go ahead and lie down. If you'd like a block or your stack underneath your head, a pillow, go ahead and take that. You can go legs straight, or you're welcome to go soles of your feet to meet and your knees apart in butterfly pose. Ari, welcome back, bud. Emily, good evening. Yeah, the good news, and don't forget, don't let my schedule necessarily put an end to your evening detox practice. A lot of you guys gotten into a groove, and there's probably 100 detox classes recorded. They'll never be the same twice. You won't even remember them. So if this is your jam, I know the energy of being live. I really cherish it. I love it. I love knowing that, in real time, you're all kind of sitting in your little nook on your mat and creating what is your sanctuary within. I mean, nothing against creating the sanctuary around us, like the yoga studio or a nice setup at your home, but I hope that we're all experiencing and developing the sanctuaries within ourselves. And so that no matter where we go in this life, in this world, we always have our practice to nurture and to support us. Always. Take a breath in to sigh, exhale. Let go of any heaviness, tightness in your chest tonight. And one thing I really enjoy about detox, it's the cooling essence of it. If vinyasa is the rigor and the vigor, the opportunity to slow down, to cool down. My body is in heat pretty much all day, every day. And so this practice has been very refreshing at this frequency. Who knew? Daily detox. It would be part of our experience, part of our lives at this point. I certainly never anticipated that, nor was it a plan. It's nice to just wake up and let things happen. And you'll find your place and you'll see where you fit, what you can contribute. And when there's that representation of flow that you're living in, it's kind of like this outdoor class situation that we're getting ready to start. If your legs are bent, go ahead and straighten your legs out. And if your head is on a pillow or your stack, please remove it. And then take your arms up over your head and crisscross your wrists. And then you can hold on into a pinky, or you can just crisscross the wrist and then let them come down onto the ground. It's okay to have a little bend to your elbows, adjust your shoulders, but you want one wrist to cross over the other wrist. If your fingers interlace, that's fine, but they don't have to. As you feel into the shoulders and the arms and what that crisscross is doing, let's turn the left knee out into a tree leg. And your right leg can stay long, but you can relax the toes. So take the strength out of the legs. Arms over your head, one wrist on top of the other. And we'll begin to land in the posture. I guess another way to consider it is think of a time in your life where you've landed in the moment and you're like, oh, this is exactly how I planned it. I knew this is exactly what, August of 2020 would look like. Think of those moments and how many times that's happened in your life. Could this be the calm before the storm, or could this be the calm after the storm? Or are we sitting in the middle of the storm and experiencing the calm? It was way back at the beginning of the pandemic, I was talking about the representation in the eye of the hurricane, expanding the openness of your peaceful center amidst all the chaos, powerful chaos. And I think it still holds up as a practice today. The eye of the hurricane is the most peaceful part of the hurricane. You can look up and see the blue sky above. But you think of the veracity and the power of having to go through all of the turbulence, all the layers of chaos, the bands and the bands and the bands of resistance, and that you have to go through in order to meet the eye. And it's kind of a nice deeper meaning. If any of you ever want to open a yoga studio, there could be a name in there somewhere, right, representing that concept of exploring and expanding your peaceful center. Just had one of those moments and where you forget what direction you're facing, what the room that you're in looks like. It's pretty sweet. You slowly turn your left knee back up. And set your left foot flat. You can uncross the wrists and then bring the arms down by your sides to release the flexion in your shoulders. Just remember what wrist you had on top. Ooh, all those flow classes, you guys. The shoulders, the arms. And let the left leg go down. And feel the rebound, release, reset, recharge, restore, rebound. Take a deeper breath, fill your belly. And release the jaw, exhale all the air out of your body. Slide your right foot onto the mat. And let your knee turn out and come into a tree leg. Slide the arms over your head. As you get the arms up, put the opposite wrist on top, please. And if you're not sure, you'll feel it. So try both ways. You'll feel it. And that was the first side, if you can't remember. And then do the opposite. Begin to move your right leg, knee back up. Your eyes can be closed. Feel into the hip crease. Uncross your wrists and let your arms come down by your sides. You might feel some good vibrations and waves across your chest. And once your arms land, you can deep breath, exhale, and release both of your legs long. And rebound. You fill your lungs with air. Gentle sigh. Let it go. And bend both of your legs so that your feet are flat. And take your left arm over your head, roll onto your left side in the fetal position. Take your right hand in between your knees or your thighs. Create a little spacer so that your inner thighs can relax. And your pelvis can rest into your outer left hip. And stay on your left side. We'll bring your right leg and straighten it out. And just make sure your foot isn't automatically slipping back down. You want the heel somewhere up in line with the hip. And your bottom leg can be bent or straight, somewhere you can settle. Keep the head rest. And our focus is the right leg from the hamstring, T-band tissue, outer thigh, outer hip. And certainly you might feel this in your knees. And so if it's too much lateral weight coming down into your knee, place something between the ground and your right leg, above or below the knee to support. There's so many ways that your mind's going to want to hold on to this one. And keep your limbs disconnected, so no hands on feet. You make adjustments and so that you can stay less in the grip and then release further into the posture. Hmm. You can keep the right leg where it is. If you'd like to roll and the shoulders and the back down onto the ground, maybe making a twist through your torso, you can tuck your right arm behind your back or just relax your right arm as the upper body comes into the twist. And stay about 1 more minute. Let's begin to bend the right leg. You can just slide the foot back on your floor towards your body. You can bring your right arm back around, and we're going to roll over onto our bellies. And for our belly Shavasana rebound. If you need to scoot yourself down onto your mat or over, and then come down onto your right cheek, and your arms can go out in any shape that feels good for you tonight. You feel the weight come out of your face as you hover your chin. And slide your right hand back in. You reach your right arm up and then turn onto your right side. And we'll come into the fetal position. And rest your head into your bicep. Take your left hand in between your knees or your thighs. Make a spacer. And so your inner thighs can relax. And I'd say we're all doing an okay job at navigating everything that's happening in our lives right now. Because again, there was no way anybody could have predicted that these are the things that we would be living with and observing and practicing with. What we ought to realize and that this is where we are. If we're going to move forward, we need to be really honest and connected from where we are. can slide your hand out and kick your left leg straight out to the side. And then you can straighten your right leg down the mat. And see if you can slide your left foot up so it's in line or as high as your hip. And again, hopefully your foot can set up high enough and where you can let gravity keep it there. And then the unwinding or the release of tension in the back of your leg or in your T-band, your outer thigh. And you'll feel it where you're probably tightest. And you can stay here on your side, or you are welcome to roll your left shoulder down. And let your head rest and your body settle. And the breath flow. And go wherever it needs to go as you sit still in the posture. And continue to feel, release, and let go. Stay about one more minute. Take your time and to make your way out and just roll onto your right side. Let your left leg come down. Lots of feelings. As we come back onto the belly, and you can set onto your left cheek. And left arm can hang out, right arm anywhere it feels good. And enjoy the rebound here on your stomach. Feeling that release. Go slow, bring your chin back. And then you can walk your elbows in, prop your chest up, and so you're in a sphinx. And reset the front of your hips into the mat. You're welcome to spread your knees a little bit wider. You roll out on your hips a couple times, side to side. And then separate your elbows apart. Make two fists with your hands. And take your left fist on top of your right fist. And then rest your forehead on your top fist. And release the hips and the chest if you need any adjustments. And turning your elbows out a little bit wider. And you can make those and then begin to settle. And forehead's got to set on top of the left fist. And relax all the muscles in your face. And release your belly into the ground. And be still here. And keep the jaw as soft as you can. You notice how much your forehead has crushed your hands. And now here's the cool part. It feels like your forehead is stuck into your top fist. And you're going to hover your forehead off your top fist, the width of a piece of paper. And just until you feel the skin separate. And then go ahead and release your fists. Make new fists. Put your right fist on top. And then bring your forehead back onto your right fist. And feel the descent and the release back into your shoulders, your hips, your belly. And let your head set heavy. You notice with your eyes closed if you're seeing any colors or shapes. Perhaps your vision is more grayscale versus vivid color. Just see. First, notice how much the weight of your head is collapsed. The fists and all the feeling in your hands. And really good compliment for a vinyasa practice, this pose. And it's pretty much been the theme throughout. A nice compliment into your vinyasa practice. And then feel your forehead. It's pretty much stuck into your top fist. And then all we're going to do is hover the forehead the width of a piece of paper, just enough to feel the separation, skin to skin. And go ahead and release your fists. And take your time, no rush. And then roll over onto your back. Let your forehead release. Your eyes closed. and everything about your back body, and to let go into your mat, and so that your front body can be open. And drop into the heaviness, the calm, and the eye of the storm. I suppose if we're in the eye, if we're in the calm, it doesn't matter if it's before, if it's after, if it's in the middle, and simply be here now. And please rest here for as long as you would like. This feeling can be quite trippy, and could be a nice way to go on even a further and deeper part of your adventure. So please stay. No rush when you're ready to go. Take the calm with you. Have a deep sleep. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for practice. And thank you all so much for holding the space. It's so meaningful, so important right now. You have a safe and a healthy Friday evening. Namaste.